I forgot to tell her we're putting her in the green room for a second.
Yeah, we'll be right there with you.
Skittles will be right back. You caught me sleeping at the wheel. Well, it is an official rainy, what are we calling it? Icy, crappy.
Yeah.
It's
just a crappy night.
It is a crappy night. It is the night before. Let me just get it out of the way because I'm biting my tongue already. So it's the night before the Super Bowl.
Go sports.
Go sports. We got it out of the way.
Well, I'll just say right now is the greatest sporting event on four wheels. King of the Hammers. Still running. The first finisher came in hours ago. And it's an amazing race. If you aren't watching it, watch it later.
Is that streaming on the internet? Is that the
YouTube? Yep, streaming YouTube. Live. They got they have coverage. 5 years ago, you'd have been lucky to see anything from out there because it's a black hole. Now, like 30 drones,
camera angles. Crews. They got different angles.
Oh yeah, they used to follow the cars with helicopters, and now, drones and everything else. Like they have drones out there for just days hanging out.
I don't want to go too far without recognizing that official counter downer. Like, how cool was that?
That was pretty good. That's a good update. I like it.
Not bad. Unfortunately, it's the fluff before the actual show, but you got to go in stages. We got to get the countdown.
Yep.
It worked out. Thanks to Adam Ross and Tyler and all the other StreamYard users out there for helping us navigate through this world. It is a handful. So we did say Super Bowl, and I think can we say we planned it this way? That we planned the special guest to hang out with us, the one in Vegas. So if you want to know your betting odds and probably any sports betting stuff for the Super Bowl, we got the person here.
Yeah.
The Vegas insider. That was planned? Can I say that was planned? Is that a lie? A big lie. All right. I know you are itching to get her on here. You met her Pro Line by the Fire, everywhere else.
Yeah, we've hung out a few times.
Perfect. Big presence, insane SKC page. I went over there. Like, the content is phenomenal. But the cool part, she is here with a message. This RC with the cause, raising money for the fires in California. So we're going to let her plug the big event coming up in March. March with the people out there in Vegas. So we'll let her say it because she'll say it a lot better than me. All right. So quick little intro. You keep up there with everybody rolling in, and I'm going to slide over and we'll give her an official welcome. Skittles, we're coming to you. Make yourself decent. Hang on. Where did that one go? Here we go. Let's take
Ground control, we're loaded and ready to taxi.
Flight 209er, you are cleared for takeoff.
Hello.
So close, Mike.
So close. There is no way to really see that. Hang on, Skittles. We're going to get this overlay off. I thought I turned that off. Hang on. This is the fun part of a live. It gets all this rawness into it. Sweden. Is that it? Or everybody call you Skittles? What is it?
Honestly, everybody calls me Skittles.
Skittles. Okay. We'll stick with what everyone is calling you. So glad to have you on finally. This is fantastic. I know you are a busy beaver being out there in Vegas. So you've got your hands full here on Super Bowl weekend, I'm sure.
Yes. We've been so busy with the concerts and events over here. A lot of things happening in Vegas. So, and the Super Bowl going on, everybody just wants to watch the game. We're all very, very excited for it. I'm sure as everybody else is all over the world.
Yes. Go Sports.
Yes.
We don't have a whole lot of football fans in here.
Oh.
There's a few closet fans that
secretly
don't like.
But
Chiefs.
Hey, like you said, it's a big event. Heck, the president's even going this year, and we tune in for the commercials at the very least. But we will say the Eagles are there, and so I'm a little bit more.
I like watching the cheerleaders, so and the dance shows. So
yes, the intermission, the halftime show, and the commercials. It's worth tuning in.
Yes.
So what do you think? Formal intro, tell us who you are, where to find you. Let's get the intros out of the way.
Of course. Well, hi everybody. My name is Skittles. Everybody can find me on social media as SKC Hobbies. Everybody keeps asking me what does SKC stands for, right? Everybody thought actually it was a hobby shop, right? But it's really not. It stands for Sweden Kimberly Chua, because that's literally my full name. So SKC Hobbies. And it's all around hobbies. I love a lot of things. I do a lot of things besides just RC in general. I started RC when COVID started, to be honest with you. It was because my husband was out and about every weekend. Jeremy, you've met Emmanuel. He is always out every weekend, every Sunday with the boys. And to be honest with you, I wasn't on my healthy weight at the time. I was maybe about 150 pounds, 160 pounds. My back was hurting. And I said, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna go with my husband. I ended up going with him, and I ended up enjoying it. And I ended up losing so much weight. I'm not even kidding. Hiking up all the way on top of Red Rock, by the time I get back, it's about a 4-hour hike going up and down. And I enjoyed it so much. And then I just happened to be better than hubby, I guess.
It is a healthy hobby. It does get you up and moving.
It is. And I never knew how much fun it is to be able to crawl and to actually see lines that other people don't see. At first I see, what are you guys doing? You guys are just playing with toys and going up the rocks and going up and down these rocks. No, it's actually a lot more challenging than it is. My first RC was the Traxxas TRX, and I enjoyed it from there. And then I saw my husband had a G-Speed, and he was killing all these lines. And I'm like, why won't my Traxxas do that? Because it's a trail rig, right? It's like pretty much a trail rig that you can upgrade. And I'm like, I'm jealous. Please upgrade my stuff. And I said, no, I want a G-Speed. And ever since I got a G-Speed, I was hooked. I just never looked back anywhere else. So yeah. So I think I've been in the hobby for about 2.5, 3 years now, ever since. And then now I'm really getting into bashing and boats. I'm really, really happy with the boat that my husband just built. I mean, you could see boats right now because Vegas is so hot during the summer. I'm not going to lie. It's about 110 degrees, the highest. Sometimes we go up to 115. So sometimes I don't want to go up Red Rock when it's super, super hot. So I end up going, by the water and just running those boats. So
yeah, there's always a cool breeze coming off the water, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Especially when you're standing still running a boat.
Right.
That breeze is kind of key. Yeah.
Exactly. But the problem now, though, between the collection that the hubby and I have, there's so much. And everybody keeps saying, sell some of them. Ooh, I think it's a problem because I can't let them go.
Yeah, they become children.
They do.
Exactly.
Or fond memories. Like I ran this here and I ran that there. And getting rid of them is tough. But
oh yeah, and I think it's just became a competition between the husband and I think he's taken for granted a lot because I obviously don't build I'm more of a driver. So what he does sometimes is he puts my tires backwards, right? So the front tires goes to the front and the front tires goes to the back. But the problem is I still hit those lines, even though it's that way. So it's a lot more fun. And then he'll talk to the other guys and he'll like, did she just hit that line? The tires are backwards.
Sabotage. That's the word.
And I'll tell you this. I have seen you run in person, and it is no BS. Like, she can see a line. She can point you. If there was ever anybody I'd want to guide me through a comp course, it would be you, because you see stuff and you're like, trust it, trust it, trust it, or stop what you're doing.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
That's a heck of a compliment.
Yeah. Definitely. I watched her, she guided Brock up this impossible, like, rock face. Like, it was like flat. And she guided him up, and it was amazing. Brock was beside himself. Like, he was like, I can't believe I just did that. And it wasn't with his truck, it was with your truck.
Brock is an amazing driver too, but I'm not gonna lie, Emmanuel is a great tuner. So
he is.
If you have a chance to drive his truck, definitely try it out, because you'll just be amazed on how great my husband is when it comes to tuning. But I can tell you, no matter how amazing of a tuner he is, as a driver, when there's something wrong with it, we argue, because sometimes he'll tell me there's nothing wrong with it. And I'll tell him, honey, it's cogging. There's something wrong with it. And he'll drive it. He goes, it's not cogging, honey. It's not. And I'm like, I think it was 2 years ago, Proline by the Fire. And I said, hun, it's cogging. I could feel it. When I'm throttling, I could feel it. He goes, and he drove it. He goes, it's not cogging, honey. And then we came home and it was cogging. I said, believe the driver, because I'm the driver.
Yep.
For you. How many years have you and your husband been competitively competing in events, RC?
RC wise, honestly, since I just started.
Okay.
But we're just always been competition towards each other on anything. Video games, anything. We're like kids, to be honest.
That's exciting. We don't have enough couples out there competing like that. There's a few, but that's exciting. You guys are a great example of a good family taking and getting the most out of the RC side of things.
Thank you.
Definitely jealous of the Vegas area. The terrain is spot on. You always have the most epic photos and videos. I'm going to put up a banner here so people can see your Instagram page and follow you there. Very creative content. I did notice somewhere on your Instagram page today that you got the Traxxas rally car.
I did. Actually, it's right here. I'm going to show you right now.
What a fun basher. It has to fall in that category. Gorgeous.
Nice.
Wow.
So I did unbox it, but I put the original body just to switch it out. That I think Jeremy knows, since you've been at my house before. We have what's called a shelf body, and the one that I just bash things around and I don't really care. Sometimes people will come to our house and they're like, do you even use your things?
It's like a museum.
Yes. And then there is this one where this is by the Arkside Studios, and we actually put Skittles on there. Whoa. So it really it's a eye turner. Everybody looks at it and they're like, wow. And it is my number. So
wow.
And it obviously has to be pink. I brought this to Proline by the Fire. And I think, as most of you know, since I'm the driver and Emmanuel is more of my fixer. I mean, I fix things, but not as crazy as he does, right? He gets mad at me when I break things. Just like my last post, my last post. I don't know if you guys saw my last post. I was bashing over at the park, at the skate park. We jumped that. It jumped about 10 feet in the air, hit the tree, landed, but it landed. It landed. He said, honey, jump it one more time. The servo is next. It's that kind of relationship, right? I mean,
Yeah.
it's what keeps our relationship alive. And I love it, And he goes, this time you're funding it. I'm not funding
You break it, you're going to have to pay to fix it.
Like a lesson that I would teach my kids, like the lesson of money. You break it, you're buying it next time.
Yeah, that's technically what it is. But I mean, it's the whole. I told him that's what bashing is about. So we have the XRT, we have the X Max. He bought another RC, a used one, because he doesn't want to bash the X Max that we brought brand new. And I go, so what's the point of me buying you the X Max? And he goes, because, honey, we spend so much money on it. I said, you spend an extra money to buy a used one so you can bash the used one? I mean, he goes, yes.
I mean, it kind of makes sense, but at the same time, it doesn't.
Yes.
Yeah, I get it. You want it, the nice new one, but yeah.
But Jeremy, I really have no more space in the house, literally.
You're running. Yeah, you might have to open a store.
Oh my goodness. I don't know what to do with it no more. So actually, we're talking about the good cause that we're doing, right? What's going to happen in Vegas? Since I have so many RC, I told him the other day that, hun, please empty out underneath that skilled garage. And he goes, I can't, honey, because it's a bunch of boxes. I said, okay, a bunch of boxes, then empty it out. He goes, there's RCs in there. I was like, what do you mean RCs in there? He goes, there's RC, like probably 2 RCs in one box. And I go, do you even know what RC? He goes, no. And I said, okay, great. Then let's donate it.
There you go. There you go.
So speaking of, I'm probably going to be giving away some RC of mine. Actually, I am going to be giving away one of my personal RC for a good cause, for a raffle, actually, for this cause that we're doing. It's technically for everybody that's a victim on the fire, that this terrible fire caused in LA. So I just want to help out the community technically.
Nice. And they need it. They
Yes.
need it. There's a lot of people that, whether insurance issues or, just losing everything and having nothing. It makes a big difference.
Right.
So how are you going to run the event and raffle?
So in raffle, technically, that's why we're very appreciative with all of our sponsors. We have Carriol, we have G Speed. All of the proceeds with the raffle that we actually have games that's going to be going on as well, just like Proline by the Fire. Every winner that we have every single sponsor that they give us, it's all going to be going to the people of the community as well. And every single raffle ticket that we get, all of the proceeds, they're all going to go for the foundation for California Fire Foundation. That's what it's called. They're all going to a good cause, and we're going to help out the community. Not even a single penny is going to come to any of us at all. So, and actually, everything is going to be black and white, and I want the community to see that.
It's the right way to do it.
Yes.
Having been part of raffles for a few years now, people always throw the question up, but
right.
As long as you're transparent with where your proceeds are going and people are on board with it,
right.
have a good time, And
Right, exactly. I really want to bring the whole community, whether it's children, whether it's wife, that's always been my goal. I want to see a whole entire family
mhm,
come together, not just to have fun, but to actually help out for a
yeah,
good cause. So,
yeah, yeah. And RC, I see a lot of family participation with it. Um, it's a good, healthy hobby, even though it is mildly expensive. You can still enjoy it at a low cost
right,
and still get out with nature and do things together as a family. You can go camping and take an RC. You can, it just kind of evolves into more family friendly activities.
correct, exactly, exactly. And I'm also hoping that maybe with one of my RC, I can actually give it to a kid that's never had an RC before
Right.
and, experience it and maybe grow the hobby.
Yeah. Yeah. That's always good to see.
Yes, yes.
You know what? I was gonna share a photo of it. You know what I can do? I'm gonna scroll over to your actual website, I guess. Pull up the little brochure that you made. I can do it that way. Instead of me digging through the photos here, scroll over there. In the meantime, this is you're getting a chance to do RC for a great cause. This is absolutely fantastic. Yes, we were super honored, Carrie All, to put this fire tribute bag together. It was the perfect theme bag to coincide with what you were doing. So I personally thank you for your mission and kindness to put this together for everyone. So thank you personally.
Thank you. Thank you for your tribute, for your help. We really, really appreciate it.
It's our pleasure. So we do know that you're in Vegas. Can we disclose where you work, or is that top secret?
Sure. Yes. Feel free
So,
to do so.
so the silly question that I think would be on anyone's tongue would be tip of their tongue would be: have you seen this cool ass giant sphere in the middle of Las Vegas? Like that's got to be the question, and that was my question. He's like, yeah, not that's where I work. Like small world. That is so freaking cool. You might have the best job on the planet.
It is. It's always pretty hectic over there. I'm not gonna lie, but I do love what I do. I've been in hospitality for a very, very long time, and that's what I'm good at. I'm good at working with people, and I think that's why I love helping the community.
So if people aren't familiar, this sphere is like another level. But what are the chances of getting like my logo on the side of that sphere? Is there any chance you can slip it in real quick one day?
Oh my gosh, I wish I could, but that's like above me and beyond me.
Well, I figured that, but I was like, on the DL without telling anyone. Maybe just
just slip them the logo on a thumb drive and be like, "Hey,
how
like
funny would
15,
that be, though? Like,
yeah, 15 seconds of fame."
Well, that would be amazing. How about I just put a sticker by the front door?
Yeah.
Giant head popped up there. I would like that's a bucket list item now to get my face on the side of the sphere.
Or not your face, just the logo.
Yeah, we'll stick with the logo.
Just the logo.
Oh, honestly, some of the things that pop up on that sphere are so cool. From the basketball to the eye to the sun. I mean,
Yep.
it is so freaking radical.
And
I love
that
it.
was the first time I saw it. Right after I got out there on a trip, just right after it was up and running.
Okay.
And it was the eyeball.
Yes.
It was so unnerving because it felt like it was watching you no matter what was going on or where you were at in sight of the sphere. It's like this giant eyeball is just staring at you.
It's just people doesn't really know what's inside, but it's
Yeah.
mainly more of it's mainly more of concerts and events that's
Yeah.
happening there, right? We have Eagles, we have Postcard from Earth, we have a lot of shows that's happening there. So we had NFL that happened there last year. So yes,
Yeah, because
very
they'll
great
put
venue.
like they have the camera what's going on inside, and they'll
Right,
put it on the outside to
right.
kind of draw people in. So
S-
it's a really neat concept. And it's
So if
pretty
they're
cool.
having a wrestling match inside, the idea is feed a highlight or on the outside. Is
Yeah.
that what they're? Oh, wow!
Yeah.
Come inside and see what we're doing. Like
Yeah.
it is a perfect concept. I love it.
Yep.
Yes,
All
yes.
right. So I'm going to do. Uh, so you were also a Reefs driver. Was that? Did I hear that? You've been
Yes,
supporting Reef for a very, very long time,
yes,
and we know how you've been doing a great job with the G Speed platform. You've been a fan of that for a very long time.
yes.
Jen's Ace now, so you have been very, very busy.
I don't know
Um,
if you've seen the new Gen Z sticker.
Oh, I hadn't seen that.
So
That's
it's a
cool.
sticker of me, which you can actually grab yours on any of the events over at Gen Z's booth.
that's awesome.
So is that
Hang on.
the how do I say this? The comp girl stance.
Um, I guess that would be my comp girl stance. Yeah.
Yeah. 'Cause you have comp stance, the whole driving buggy thing, but yeah, that's comp girl stance.
Yes, yes,
That,
yes.
that is so cool.
Yes. So they just came out last week. I announced it on my Instagram um account last week. Last week? Yes, I did last week. And so you can actually grab yours now on any of the event. And when you come see me. So when you see me on the event, actually on this event that we're coming out with on March 8th, when you come see me, I will be giving out these stickers as well. So
Nice. Nice.
That
That's pretty
is
cool.
that is very cool. Good for you. Well
thank
deserved.
you. Thank you.
And we love Gen's Ace. Like I got Gen's Ace. I've had Gen's Ace. Like that's the only chargers like that I use anymore. Everything else is annoying.
Oh
Um,
yes, I
so
love my
Gen-
Sensei's
yeah,
battery, my
yeah, that
D300.
300 is the Mac Daddy of chargers at the moment.
No,
See
yes,
them everywhere.
right, right.
Yeah.
Ah,
Where's
crap.
my? Oh,
I hit the wrong button. Stand
hit
by.
the wrong button.
Hang on. Whoa,
That's
no
it. That's
good.
the wrong one again.
That's not good. I lost all the cool buttons.
Where did?
That's not it. I was
There
going
they
to
are.
bring up her Instagram page. I did want to show it in writing. SKC. You know what we'll do? Hang on a second. Is the Jeremy? Is the image weird on your end? Did I hit something really
No,
bad? Okay.
there it is.
Okay. Oh, there it is.
I got it.
All right, you see it. On my end, it's all messed.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm hitting over here. I'm just pressing buttons until something happens.
Just keep clicking things.
Yep,
It
I'm
works.
clicking stuff until something happens. That's
There you go.
exciting.
Whoa.
So this has to be
There
the
we-
event that's going to get things started for you. Correct? In March?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
That is correct. We're going to be doing a lot of things, a lot of giveaways. We are very thankful for a lot of our sponsors. We do have Gensays, we do have Reefs, Carry All as well. We have G Speed and many, many more. We have Voodoo as well. We have everybody. We have IERC as well. We're very, very thankful for all of the sponsors that and everybody else that's going to be joining us on this event. So I'm excited to see everybody there. And for everybody that's going to be able to come make it out on this event, I can't wait to see you guys over on this event. So hopefully you guys can come make it and support us for a great cause.
I would love to be there. Is this it actually right here? You're invited? Is this the
Yes,
okay.
correct.
Okay. So here you are, people. This is it. SKC Hobbies.
Okay.
Oh, it's
Yep.
an actual.
We got Jen's Ace on here.
Yeah.
Look at that. Yeah. Good job, Jen's Ace.
Oh, I do see Jensei's on here.
Yeah, nice.
Good stuff. So Jeremy, do you think we could play a round of this and that? Do you think she has any idea what she would be in store for?
Oh.
Now
I'm telling you now, whatever her answers are going to be spicy. I can tell you that.
You got the vibe. I like that you're using the word spicy already, Jeremy. That made my night right there. That's fantastic. All right, so I don't like this. Let's do that.
And you got to remember this Vegas group, they eat crazy. So any of the food questions is like, I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah. Well, I think it's a perfect chance for a quick pause. We can lighten the mood with a game. If you're not familiar with this, Skittles, what we're going to do is a simple A or B choice. I will say Samsung or iPhone. And at rapid pace, under a 1-minute time clock that does not exist, you're going to throw an answer back at us, whatever you prefer. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yes, I'm down for it.
Okay.
And just the answer, no reasons. You don't have to justify your answer. It's just your answer.
But Jeremy, I think I justify everything.
I know this is where it's going to get spicy.
All right, give me 1 second. Pause. I need to. Oh, here we go. We found it. I lost them for a second. I'm like, no, we can't lose them. All right, so let's do this. We actually have an official Jeopardy theme music that Scale Audio Solutions. If you want to get audio in your RC car, if you were that kind of driver out there in Vegas, Skittles, if you want a booming system in your RC car so you can play that rock and roll, Scale Audio Solutions was the good support to help us out here. Good people. Highly recommend them. All right, so we're going to give it a little timestamp up in the upper hand corner there. We got TNT. And the last thing we'll do is grab our Jeopardy music. Let me know that you can hear that in the background. I'll turn it down a hair just so you can make sure you can hear all of the questions. So here we go at rapid fire. Jeremy is going to start the time clock, and he is also keeping score. So keep it lighthearted, keep it fun. The first question to you, Skittles, is call or text?
Call.
You prefer to call. Okay. Do you prefer the East Coast or the West Coast?
The East Coast.
Army or Navy?
Army.
Cocoa Pebbles or Fruity Pebbles?
Fruity Pebbles.
Bingo. Are you more of a Flintstones cartoon or the Jetsons cartoon?
Oh, the Jetsons.
Bingo. F, as in the letter F, Sorka, or yeah, Sorka?
Did you say F? What?
F, like F off, F you, F Sorka. It's like it's thumbs down Sorka or yeah Sorka.
F.
F it.
That's why we really, get along.
I think that was the most pronounced we've ever gotten on that question. I think many nights we kind of slid over it pretty quick. We had to actually explain it. Would you rather go to a bar or go to church?
Church.
Twix or Snickers?
Twix.
Do you like a rust bucket or do you like to bring the bling?
Bring the bling.
All right, you like them shining. I like it. Oh, this is the perfect one for you. Slot machines or blackjack?
Slot machines.
Do you prefer the Lexan or a hard body?
Lexan. I mean, yeah, okay. I'll keep it quiet, Jeremy.
Well, listen. I mean, we see you are a line killer with with them flat rails. Like, we know it's Lexan. Jeep or truck?
Truck.
Hot dog or hamburger?
Hamburger.
Ketchup or mustard?
Mustard.
Would you rather win the lottery or meet your soulmate?
Meet my soulmate.
Flat rail or sea channel?
Sea channel.
Hunting or fishing?
Fishing.
Coke or Pepsi?
Coke.
KFC or Taco Bell?
KFC.
Action movie or comedy?
Comedy.
Cat or dog?
Dog.
Are you more of a country girl or a city girl?
Country girl.
Sunrise or sunset?
Sunset.
Do you prefer, well, this is a bad one for you, but summer or winter?
Summer.
You don't get much seasons over there.
They have 2 seasons.
Exactly.
And hotter.
Do you prefer Facebook or Instagram?
Ooh, Instagram.
Okay. We might have to revise this. There is a massive surge in the TikTok world. I might be in the Stone Ages with this Instagram anymore. You guys all have a TikTok page? Am I like out in the boonies here without one? Do you have a TikTok?
I think I'm outdated. I have one, but I never upload on it.
Okay.
Never heard of her.
Well, we'll leave it alone. Are you more likely to get a speeding ticket or a parking ticket?
People that knows me, it's probably a speeding ticket.
100%. I followed them. Yeah.
All right, so let's try college football or NFL.
NFL.
Heavy
Jen's
metal.
Ace is throwing one in here.
Oh,
GPT
you got
or
one?
DT.
AC or DC? I love it. UFO or Bigfoot?
UFO.
Air guitar or air drums?
Air guitar.
It was actually a national air guitar championship on ESPN this past week.
Was that
And
on the Ocho?
I am not making this up. There was ESPN
Ocho.
air guitar competition.
Inside
That's
joke.
insane.
I know that joke.
We are wrapping up here. Lost my spot. BMX or skateboarding?
BMX.
Country line dancing or break dancing? I don't see you doing country line dancing.
Yeah, break dancing.
We'll go with that. Speed or torque?
Speed.
Monster truck or NASCAR?
Oh, NASCAR.
X Games or Olympics?
Olympics.
Vanilla or chocolate?
Vanilla.
Pancakes or waffles?
Pancakes.
The last question is get up and dance or sit this one out?
Get up and dance.
Good for you.
Saw that coming.
I thought so. Now we can do the bonus round. A quick high five. Your favorite RC car?
Oh, I can't say. I have too many.
You You
I
get
have to
one.
that out.
It's one RC car for the rest of your life. Which one would you choose?
I'm sorry, I can't. I have too many.
Wow, that is she knows how to navigate that political not upset anyone and just navigate it right. Favorite movie?
Uh, hmm. Um, hmm. People are gonna be like, "You're such a girl." A Walk to Remember.
Favorite band or favorite song?
Honestly, I'm such an oldie. I don't like bands, but I like Barry Manilow.
Okay. Wow.
All right. What?
I have such an old soul. I'm sorry.
I love it. Favorite food? One food for the rest of your life, over and over.
Italian food.
Italian food. That is it, my friend.
That is
you
it.
survived a round of this.
Surrounded by all that Southwest food, and she goes Italian. That's why I said it's you don't know what you're going to get.
You threw you curveballs.
It's just wow, yeah, left and right.
I love Italian food.
You did get the UFO question right.
I do. I love UFOs. I'm crazy about
that one right.
The Nevada thing.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, that is good.
Jensei said, "What? Italian?"
They are scratching their head right now.
This is a get to meet your driver moment.
We had no idea.
The hell? Well, thank you so much for having me on your show. I really appreciate it.
We can't thank you enough. I know you are a very, very busy person, and taking the time to sit down with us on a Saturday night, we can't thank you enough. It was great. Get a chance to actually talk to you and get to know you a little bit. So I can't thank you enough. Jeremy, will you be getting out on the West Coast anytime in 2025? Anywhere close enough?
I will, but not for RC.
Oh, now you're throwing me a curveball.
More to come.
Okay. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
So
well, I do hope to see you guys sometime soon. And Jeremy, I hope to see you again soon.
Yep.
You're always welcome to come to the house. You know that?
Yep.
Same with you, Mike. So hopefully you can come see my collection as well.
Absolutely. Yes. You and the family, we wish you all the best. Continue leading the way and being an excellent ambassador for RC. You make it cool. So keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I appreciate
all the best. All the best to your event, and I hope it's highly successful. And if you guys are watching this before the event, go to the event. If you're out west, go to the event.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
RC with the cause.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All
You
right,
guys have a
Skittles.
great night.
All right. Thank you again. I will be putting my bet in with you later on, so I can try and win some money tomorrow.
For sure.
All right. Thank you again, Skittles. I'm going to let her off the hook here. It was fantastic. Dude, I was eyeballing the collection. Hang on. Where else? What's here? That's a little better. She's got the collection.
She does. That is a very impressive collection that she has.
Jeremy, she threw me a curveball. Something I never heard before. I've heard of a shelf queen, but a shelf body. I like it. What a great concept. If you are one that's going to drive and bash the shit out of it and still want to have a cool looking display, you get yourself a shelf body.
It's
genius. Why have I never thought of that?
I mean, honestly, it's cheaper than a shelf queen. where you got a whole truck that you never run.
Whole truck sitting on display.
Yeah.
Shelf body. You were, but there's something to it.
Yeah.
I learned something new today.
Yeah. Gen Z says that's what I have, a shelf body. This is a shelf body.
Yeah, my other body is like 6'4" with blue eyes and long hair. That's my shelf body.
The army ruined my shelf body.
Not for the better, right? They've ruined it in a bad way. It's broken.
It's weathered. Rust bucket.
Jeremy, I saw you drop a bomb with that rift. Is that up and running? Is that nearby?
The rift is running. Yep.
Anybody in the comments, if you guys have seen this thing yet, if you are a fan and follow GCM, this transit he did, hang on, stay right there, Jeremy. I'm going to try something.
Yep.
Oh, darn it, not you.
That's a big U.
See if that works.
Now I'm out.
See if that works.
Now I'm back.
I was trying to make you bigger.
Yeah. So this is a GCM conversion for the Rift. This is the RBX 10 we really deserved with a full interior. So it's a GCM LRT2 transmission deep down in there, which the benefit of that is it gives you a scale motor under the hood, the way this should look. The battery goes all the way up under here, so it's nice and hidden. But she's a runner, and I just got to paint up a driver. It's a movable driver from the CJ, just scaled down to 90%. So he's fitting there all the way up to his toes. But yeah, this is a fun little project. Working on the interior now, getting all the panels made.
I'm confused. Is that a Jeremy Kilburn special by trying to weave Knights and this GCM thing together, or was that the design? Was that
that was this dumb guy. The GCM they have it's one of the what's it called, mecha bodies, the action figures.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They have one that seat was built around, and all I did was just rescale the Knights CJ driver to fit in there, and he fits. So I can get the harness on him, and he'll still have the movable steering wheel and all that stuff going on. But yeah.
So it makes it a single seat. Is that pretty much it? You're not getting
single seat, because you got to have somewhere for the battery to go. It's a pretty good tight chassis to be trying to maneuver stuff around, especially with a scale engine and transmission. What are we putting 4S in?
I'm sure it's Rift.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
This will run 3S, 4S, whatever you want to run. It's a Castle system. It's a Mamba X, so I can run whatever I want on it. Trio axles, just because I had them, not because it needed them. It's a trail truck now, not a bouncer, which is kind of defeats the purpose of the RBX 10, but scale.
Is that your long-term vision for this thing? Is make it more scale?
A trail truck.
Wow.
Trail.
Okay.
Yeah. 2.2 trail. I got a couple of them now, so it'll look really good next to a. Oh my gosh, why did it just run out of my head? An optic running portals and 2.2s, like this would be right at home with it. They would look scaled together out on the trail, running like a KOH style. It would look pretty cool. So that's where I'm going with it. Yeah, Cobra 10 would be great with it too. I'm waiting on my Castle products to come in, so I might swap it out with Cobra 10. Maybe put it back in where the fuel tank is. Might be able to get it in there and let the fans hang out a little bit. So no, it's not a go fast. I don't do a lot of go fast. I have go fast, but I don't do it much.
You see the capper up here, the gatekeeper. You start looking around, and you're like, holy crap! This starts turning into a party. You could really make some cool.
Well, I did the scale capro already, so that has a Toyota pinch body on it. So I have the capro set up that way with straight axles and 3-link. So that's I'm slowly starting to get some of these into scale. I did the optic with a 3-link with a chassis mounted servo. That one came out pretty good. It's running 155 wheels, 419 tires, so it looks pretty cool. And I got the big boy over here, the Taken. So this one's up and running. Oh, she's so big. But I got the AR60 portal axles back under it, scale winch. And this one's going to go into paint here soon. I got the wheels on order for it. These are just temps. But I like the size of the tire, the Mickey Thompson stickies.
No, wait, you're painting the outside of this body?
Yeah.
No kidding.
So when I was a kid, there was this game called Warhammer. And I think they're up to like Warhammer 4,000 or 5,000 now. But it's games. Somebody help me with that. Games Workshop has a fantastic color scheme for what are called Space Marines. So it's a blue and gold paint scheme, which were my high school colors. And if you know anything about me, blue and gold is kind of my chassis color for my Ripper and my Optic and my Origin that's coming. So blue and gold is it. So that one will be getting gold and dusted, kind of weathered down to look like a Space Marine vehicle.
I feel like, didn't we just do gold? Didn't you just do an Optic in gold?
I did. It's the blue and gold Optic.
Look at me criticizing. Didn't you just
the
do
H-Tech.
this already?
and I actually
do gold again.
nice segue. But I got my fuel tank in for that Optic. So it's the H-Tech. So I just got that and the radiator in gold with black fans. So they're sitting here ready to get installed in that Optic.
Was that an official Vanquish part there with the radiator? Did I see the
No,
tag correctly?
those are H-Tech.
Oh, it was the radiator also. Okay.
Yeah. So these were custom ordered to match my chassis that I got from them. So it's the same color gold.
Spot one. Wow.
Yeah. So, and then the Origin that I have coming is also a gold chassis, blue panel, gold wheel. So it'll match. I'll have all three of them. I'll have the Ripper in that same, the Optic, and the Origin.
Wow. That will be a table.
It'll be a good looking trio for sure.
You're not kidding.
Yeah. What else I got?
Know. You can't travel real far with that unless you are insuring it and big crates padded.
Yeah.
With air tags. You better have them air tags.
Yeah, definitely with air tags, especially when traveling with them.
Yeah.
The other thing now I can finally show it is the Plague from Reefs, the new body.
Oh.
This one was just released Thursday, technically available for purchase yesterday. So this is the Plague body. I worked on the mounts for
cliffhanger look to it in the back.
Yeah, these are separate panels, so you don't have to run the body panels. It's actually split right here, and there's a 3D printed mount.
Two-piece body.
Yeah, you can see the printed mount piece inside. So you can run cab only, and run like a Rock Pirates bed or IREC bed or whatever bed you want. But it is a circle compliant body with all the sizes fit the Sorka thing. So yeah,
never heard of her.
Yeah, the red X people don't understand, but that's the plague. If you're a history person, look up the plague, how they marked houses. It was with a red painted X.
And then if they numbered it, like there was numbers, number of dead, how to go.
That came later, but it's a way. Like if you had the plague or suspected the plague, they would put a red X on your door. And if anybody saw you leaving that house or going into that house, like they would point you out as a plague carrier, which made no sense whatsoever. It wasn't. It was just a thing they did in the old days.
Okay, so it ties in because the name of the body is plague.
Is plague? Yeah, it's the plague.
Leave it to you to solve the riddle.
Yeah. Also running the Reefs wheels, and of course the Crux tires on this. But I did the prototype for the VRD chassis, so you can literally use the VRD already in place body mounts and just relocate the back ones from the shock tower to the rear bumper mount. Pop your 2 holes in, and your body is on body pins. So that's why I had one early. I'm also Reef gave me the okay to print those body mounts, and I've been printing the crap out of them. So they're on my Etsy. So I pay Reef for every print file for somebody that buys them, so they don't have to worry about it. I just pay it to Reef weekly and send them the adapter set. So that's been going pretty good.
With that part, I'm assuming it's got to be a lot easier that you're pretty much just doing black, or are people still requesting color?
So I'm doing colors. I'm doing black, bright red, green, gray, and white. Which, depending on how you're painting the body, you can pick a complementary, something that blends in, or get whatever's in stock and just paint it. It's PETG, so you can just prime it and paint it black or whatever color you want to paint it. But at least I have some options. So
we'll take that segue because I have been mourning the loss of my printer all week.
What did you do to your printer?
All right, fair enough. What did I do?
Did you trade it in?
No. It's broken. It's
broken?
been broken for like a week.
Oh, no.
I do know I'm hard on it because it's not climate controlled here. So there's days it gets cold out here. I think that starts to take its toll on the filament, on the machine, no doubt. But I'm gonna go back to that wood filament, and it was about the time I tried to feed the wood filament in there. I screwed the extruder up. I don't know if it got on the gears that pull the filament.
It could, yeah.
I feel like it's the only thing I can attribute this to. It seems like it was about that time.
Yeah.
So in the meantime, I got the new extruder today. It came from Amazon, and then
Good.
A couple of new build plates. It's not the original build plate that came with it. It's definitely got a more textured surface. I'm hoping that this will make a difference. The only thing that it's definitely a lot stiffer. It's gonna take.
It's magnetic.
Used to,
right?
It is. Yeah, still magnetic.
You can bend them. You can bend them pretty good to pop stuff off. My only thing with the pie plate is before you print, just wipe it down with IPA on a paper towel. Just wipe it down with IPA and then start your print. It'll stick a lot better and it'll release a lot better. Okay. Don't do glues and craziness. Just IPA. Let it stick.
That was my biggest problem. Was I was using so much glue that it was changing. it started to build up on the build plate. Like,
Yeah.
Had to be washed every once in a while, start over.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the glue sticks. Some people are. I'm just not. On that pie plate, that surface, I've never. It works, but it built, like you said, it builds up, but it melts constantly when you're using those high temp stuff, and especially ABS and PETG. ABS wants to curl anyway, so the glue, it'll actually adhere to the plate so well that it'll start to peel up the plate past the magnetic force, and it makes a mess. I'd rather use IPA, let start off temperature wise and ramp up, but that's just fine tuning stuff. That's geek stuff. I don't want to talk about that.
Well, you get a look at the Bamboo website or Bamboo tech support. I mean, do people actually have problems with them, or it cannot be all flawless? There has to be people replacing extruders and stuff.
Yeah, there's normal wear and tear, but it's also, I see more people have problems that mod their printers than leave them alone. So, they're trying to do weird things, or they put aftermarket stuff all over them, and that's when they start to see a lot of problems. And trying crazy settings on filaments and all that stuff, it to me, it's just not worth it. Like, just let the slicer slice it, do your orientations correctly, set up your support material correctly, and you'll probably have a good success without all the mods.
But that's the thing. In the world of 3D printing, we've been listening to it for years. People love to flex that they have this all-time recipe that you don't know the settings that I'm slicing on, that you can't do it like I do because I'm using this. And
99% of the time, the default Bamboo filament settings are
perfect,
spot on. Now, there's sometimes, like if you're doing vases or flowers or something like that, and you're using 0.6 nozzles, you need to to get an effect. But generally, no.
Overall,
and there's always there's the tinkerers versus the makers. I'm a maker. I just print things that exist, and I'm not a tinkerer to try and do things like that. It's just, that's not what I'm doing.
I'm just bummed out. I was really excited to run with this wood PLA or PLA plus wood.
The wood PLA looks good when it's right.
Yes, but it's got texture to it. Correct? I mean, is your filament rough?
Yeah. When you do it well and you set it up, it comes out sweet. And it's good.
And that's
so
how
I just use
you had the wood optic at
the wood optic
Proline by the Fire.
Yep. This was one of the test hoods. But you have to have the right wood filament too. So it's got to have enough percentage of wood in it, and it has to be striated. So it's got to have the color changing, the graining effect, if you will.
Was that the Bamboo filament there? It was
this was a different manufacturer. I have the box here somewhere.
But that was my fear, that I was going to get the wrong one. And the same thing happens. Your carbon. When you're buying carbon fiber filament, you better be careful and look what the percentage is, because there's a difference in price. You can buy $60 carbon fiber filament, or you can buy $12 carbon fiber filament.
Yeah, the carbon stuff, it's hard on nozzles too, so you gotta be cognizant of that. It definitely wears nozzles down fast. But if you do a matte carbon, like Bamboo has a matte carbon filament set, and they're fantastic. Like, you don't need to set it on the fuzzy surface or anything like that, and it comes out beautiful. The back bumper, back bumper on this, I printed. And you can see the stock surface. Like, it's a pretty good match.
Holy crap.
Like,
and
other than the color, you wouldn't be able to tell that wasn't a factory part.
Yeah. Was that just a bucket list thing for you to do, or was there why
to put the to put the tailgate on it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it needed something to. Those rear wings. There's meant to be a spare tire there. And I don't like the spare tire on it, so I made a tailgate, and then I'm going to put a flatbed on it, and I have a mini drone to kind of set on there, so it's like a scout vehicle.
Is that a functional drone?
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah, wow. Little baby drone.
I love it.
Yeah. This is the Siemens model.
But it's drone. Perfect for that scale. Like, it's going to go.
Yeah, it'll look like a scout vehicle with a drone setup.
That actually works.
Yep.
I'm like kind of freaking out wanting to make that real right now. That just sounds so freaking cool.
Yeah. What else? My Volvo's done. I think I already showed that to you guys. Done. I'm working on another project I have 4 customer projects in works here. So this is Brock LaRouche's, and I am making this a long wagon boom racing series. This was the 109, so it's going to be a 109 wagon. So I'm making that for him. Just going to do it in styrene and just pull it back 92.2 millimeters to fit that wheelbase on that truck. So doing a little bit of ABS work on that. My John Deere has axles in it and a powered axles. So that one's getting closer. Yeah, I got another scan scorcher to do and the 2 Winnebagos. So I have no shortage of work.
Well, that's a good thing.
Yeah. Plus these projects. Like, I'm still doing these. I got 2 prototype trucks here. So working through those, kind of working them out for some new releases coming soon. And yeah.
Can you at least say what brand? Or
if I say what brand, everybody's going to know what it is.
Oh.
Yeah. So
figure that out. All right.
Yeah, I can't say. It's just the way it goes.
Okay. Well, I gotta say, well, I got to get my printer up and running because now I am super jealous of all the stuff that you got going on. I know there's a few things that I would love to be doing, but I got to get this printer worked out. And I think I might end up. Is it kind of a bad move to just send a filament back to Amazon? Just tell them it didn't work. Is that
no? There's nothing wrong with that. They accept returns.
Yeah, it just hit me right now. I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'll just send it back.
So I got a special request to print the Punisher panels, the Knights Punisher panels, in a certain vibrant color, and I was like, well, I don't have that color, but if you find that color, like, send me a link, just so I know what shade to get, not necessarily the brand, just the shade. So they sent me one, and I found it. It was on Amazon. And it wasn't cheap, but it wasn't expensive. And it was a absolute nightmare to work with. Like, it was not normal PETG. It was, I consider, junk. I got the project done, and then I haven't heard from that person since. But I returned that spool, even after I used some of it, because it was just inconsistent. It was just trash. It was poor product.
Well, that might be the upside of buying from Amazon. Then is if it's not going to work, I'm just going to send it back.
Yeah.
I got that. What are the AMS? Is that am I calling it right?
Yep.
The AMS now. It's a 2-spool enclosure that's
Okay.
dehydrating or something. Now I
Okay.
did not have that at the time of putting the wood filament through, but I'm doing everything I possibly can to baby this more finicky filaments through.
Yeah. So wood filament, the one that I have, so it had a very specific moisture content requirement because it actually has wood in it. So you have to pay attention to what that moisture content is, and you have to be in that zone for it to print well. And it's still a little, it will have like spider web stringing, but that's just nature of some, it's PLA with wood in it, so it's going to have some negative effects. But yeah.
Did you? I think it was for Christmas. My kids got this little gag gift in their stocking from the grandmother, and I geeked out over this thing. And then it turns out it's a bamboo thing. I don't know where they're finding it on the bamboo, but hang on. Have you seen these things yet?
Oh yeah.
It's printed in one piece.
Yep.
So on the tray, it's kind of hard to show it. You pop this thing off, and it's like this crazy cool.
Yeah, the dragons.
Little lizard dragon. I don't know. My kids were like, they shook it off. They're like, whatever.
Yeah.
I was like, give me that. I gotta see this. This thing was printed in one whole piece. Like, and then
they're pretty. Yeah, they're pretty popular with the iridescent colors, and they come out really, really cool. It's like a good overnight print. They take a while, but the print in place flexy things. They're pretty cool.
She found it on TikTok. That's how Emily's mom was shopping for Christmas on these TikTok ads popping up. I don't know what she paid for it. But again, it was so funny that I actually linked it back to bamboo. Then I'm like, son of a gun. That's how
depending on how big they are, they'll run like $20-$40 generally. But they're pretty cool. They're definitely pretty cool.
And I can understand why it takes an overnight print. It's pretty long.
Yeah, it's a solid 7-8 hour print for sure.
Well, so hopefully next Saturday we'll have the Eagles behind us, and hopefully Eagles win, and I can shut up about that. But we do have to get through the Super Bowl. So are you going to even take time from your busy RC schedule tomorrow to watch any of it at all?
Yeah, I will watch it. My brother-in-law's coming over. We got some snack trays ordered. So yeah, we'll enjoy the commercials and tolerate the football game in between.
What is the food of choice for your Super Bowl party? Are we winging it or pizza?
So
hoagies?
My wife and brother-in-law are from New York, Buffalo area. So take a stab.
We're bone in.
Wings. Yeah.
Yeah. Never can go wrong with wings.
Nah.
Yeah, so we're going to go over to the uncle's. He got himself a new 85-inch TV. He was super excited to get that hooked up this week and flex that for everyone. And
nice,
dude. Emily, my wife, was sitting on her Instagram last night scrolling through, and she's like, son of a gun, look who is in New Orleans right now. Her brother, at the last second, bought 2 tickets for him and his wife, and he is actually down there.
Nice.
We had no idea. We had to find out family is down there through social media.
That's cool. That's cool.
I was happy for him.
That's cool.
So next Saturday, we will be back here after being hopefully crowned champion, and it should be an exciting week. I think the easiest way we can say this, Jeremy, is people pay attention. There is a new truck coming this week. We'll leave it at that. There's something new.
There's always something new.
There is something new on the horizon. It is going to be a good week. And the cool thing about the good week is we're going going to be able to connect that dot and have them here next Saturday, to dive in a little closer, break it down, answer questions, and dig into it. So that will be exciting. So now we can't say who the guest is. So
yeah, we can't say who the guest is,
but it will be all connected.
Yeah, and it's a big deal for this channel. So make sure you like and subscribe, so you don't want to miss next week's.
Notify, hit the bell.
Yeah, hit the bell. You definitely don't want to miss next week's. And you won't know what we're talking about until late next week anyway.
Right.
So it's not, but it's Monday, definitely
Tuesday thinking what are they yapping about? Next week.
Yeah, and we're definitely stepping up. So you're sharing this on Facebook right now, right?
Correct.
So we're on Facebook. So you migrate over to the YouTube side. Do us a favor. Migrate over to the YouTube side and hit sub so you don't miss the shows, either on the Rad channel or my channel or whatever. You just don't want to miss it. So make sure you
important. I'm so glad you remembered to actually say that. Because it does make a difference where you are watching from. And again, like you said, kick over to the YouTube side. The stream's better here. We get to see all your comments. I mean, it all syncs, but it does work better.
Yeah.
Like and subscribe. It helps
it supports the channels. And, right now, this operating budget is Mike's goodwill into paying for, the StreamYard and everything that goes into this. So we want to get the membership up on the Rad side. So at least things cover of just running the show. Like, I don't want to buy RC trucks with monetization. I just want to keep doing the show. If you guys don't know, I haven't been on my channel posting much in a while, just because I've had a rough couple months. So hopefully I can get back into the spirit of it and get more content up. I've been in a build mode. It's how I deal with things, but hopefully I can get back to sharing it with you guys on the channel. But this is kind of my outlet,
where we can dig in a little bit and break it down. I did not realize that you were taking a little break on the YouTube side.
I wasn't. I'm like not on purpose taking a break. I'm doing shorts and stuff like that. But it's I've been focused on clearing my mind and getting things right. Losing my dad and getting mom straight and taking care of VA and health issues, and like it just kind of compounded here for a little while. So I gotta get out of my funk.
Did I tell you Desmond's coming on the show? Did we get into this at all? Because this is did I tell you what you
Yeah.
All right, sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
That's going to be a good
the perfect segue to jump on what you're doing. You're
and wintertime's tough anyway, right? I mean, you're kind of stuck indoors. It's dark all the time, and
there is a name for it. Like, isn't it? I think there's an actual label for
cabin fever or
cabin fever. I always wanted to call it sundowning, but that it's not it.
Yeah. If you guys didn't know, I was in Alaska for 4 years at the Arctic Circle level, and having this 6 month, like the winters were tough. I mean, those are a lot of dark days, literally. So they're, it's one of those demons that you have to fight, and it's just been feeling like that here lately. So I got to get out of my funk, and I got to start sharing more, and communicating more, until I can get back out on the trails with actual human beings and run some stuff. But I did burn off
the giant gear. Everything has to be working.
Yeah. It's got to all be in balance. And right now I'm just a little out of balance. But I did run, I'd say 3 battery packs, 4,300 battery packs over the last week, which made me feel better. And in between rain and snow and sleet storms and whatnot, on this new new truck I've been working on. So getting miles down on that, and I can't share any of it. So it's
That's tough too.
it is tough. It is tough.
Well, hopefully you're being smart and still
I'm still filming.
Content. Yep.
I'm still filming.
Yeah. That's smart. As long as you gather the content. Yep. The only problem, we had this talk earlier, was trying to go back into that mindset. I said, I got 62,000 photos in my phone, and I could easily go back and find things that were not used that are more than worthy of posting. But it's hard to get back into that mindset. If you're going to, I could easily throw the photo up and walk away, but I always like to try and at least acknowledge what I'm posting, tag or something. Sometimes it's hard to get back in that mindset. It's easy when it's on the moment or that day, you're fired up and I know what I want to type.
And it might be, I was actually kind of vegging out, waiting for medication to kick in, so I go to bed last night, and just randomly just picked up my phone and looked on YouTube, and 11 Charlie actually posted up a video of nothing but pictures from the last couple years. And as I sat there and watched it, and I saw faces of people that I can't see in person anymore. Lost brothers, my father. It kind of hit me hard. But doing something like that might be a good outlet for me, is to go through my photos and just make a collage of all the craziness and great things that I've experienced in the last couple years.
Right.
And just kind of put that out there, just put some nice background vibe music to it. And maybe some people can see some faces that they haven't seen or can't see anymore, which would be pretty cool. So I might work on that this weekend. Maybe during the Super Bowl, I'll just be putting a photo edit together. So it's cool. And I'm not testing my origin. I don't have it yet. I'm waiting like the rest of the schlubs. And I know my cage color is one of the low order numbers. So mine's going to be a while. But yeah, I knew that going in. But no.
Well, that is definitely exciting. I can't wait to see it. It's not in my future, but
yeah.
All right, people. Thank you to everyone that stayed till the end. It was a great show with Skittles, our Vegas friends, and hopefully we'll have all of our act together for next Saturday. I couldn't believe the chaos I was dealing with right before the show.
Yeah.
But it's the weather. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Control what we can control.
Yep.
I took it all out on my son. I took it all out on him. I was on a warpath. Get out of my way. I gotta get this done. Oh, yeah.
Get it done.
All right. We don't have a new exit. We're still working on that. You got to see our new early countdown. We got the flex set.
But we will roll out with thanking our current sponsors and the people that support us individually.
Hang on.
Yep. You know, run down the list.
I made the ticker like you told me to do.
Yeah. Yeah, we want to get like a news ticker going across the bottom. Just so when our sponsors do, there you go. So when they do look in, they can see that we honor their support in the things that they do for us. So
as we slowly start building our portfolio of images during the show, I was throwing up logos. We got the Castle logo, CowRC. They weren't necessarily coincide with what we were talking about on topic, but this was a nod back.
Yep.
We're going to do it. So give me 1 second here to scroll back over and grab our fade out here. We'll make it official, and we are going to say goodbye to everyone. If you're a Chiefs fan, I wish you all the best. Not really, but
go Sports.
It was politically the right thing to say. That was our pep rally tonight before the Super Bowl. All that good stuff. Thank you again, everyone. And I'm going to click on this